true. Come on, you and you and you. He wants to be your friend. Zet, sometimes you're naughty. Zet, sometimes you're funny. Zet, come on, let's play.
But have you done your homework yet? We want to tell you to remember Zet. We love you.
Zet, you ready? Right, let's do it. Here's your note. Zet, that's not your note. Here's your note. Zet, what are you doing, man? We've rehearsed the song long enough. I thought you knew what you were doing. You know, this tape is either going to make us or break us. Now get it right. But that's the problem, Zet. It's not perfect. Do you think the record company is going to give us a recording deal if you sound like a sheep? Let's try it again. You... Fine. I don't need you either, Zet. And I don't sound like a dog. You...
You're taking a break. You know, Fix, I think this is a great idea. You and Zet making this tape for the record companies. I think it is real exciting. Hey, what's the matter? Are you listening to me? What's wrong?
Mary-Ann, I'm out. Zet and I are finished. We had an argument. He doesn't even know what he's doing. And above all, he thinks he's a Mr. Know-it-all. And then he thinks he can sing his own tune when I've written the whole long song.
Wait, Fix. I think you and Zet must sit down and decide what is more important. The differences you have or the passion to sing. Something that you love very much.
Mary-Ann, I know. But how can I do it? I mean, Zet's cross with me. And I know in my heart that I've hurt a very good friend of mine. So how do I make it up to him? I give up. I don't know.
Ach, Fix. Just follow your heart. Go to him. Go to him. Come on. Come, Fix.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
I hope it works.
When Jesus was a child, his mother and father took him along with them from Nazareth to Jerusalem to the feast of the Passover. They did that every year, and I think he and all his friends just loved every moment. There were so many people there. From all over their country, people came to share the feast. They brought their children with them and camped around Jerusalem for the days of the Passover. At the temple, there were thousands of Levites who helped the families to change their money for the offerings, to get their sacrificial lambs, to get a turn to have their sacrifices done. Our people have been doing this for hundreds and hundreds of years, son. Jesus' father told him, it's wonderful to think that King David and King Solomon have stood right at this place so very long ago, isn't it? And long before that, our forefathers Abraham and Jacob and Isaac prayed to God in this country. It was also wonderful to see all these people so seriously busy with their religion. Jesus saw boys of his own age listening to their fathers. He saw younger ones peeping out from behind their mother's skirts. Other children preparing to do examinations before the scribes. Everyone seemed to think the children were very important. They showed them everything and spoke to them all the time about God and what he had done for their nation. But most interesting to Jesus was probably the teaching of the rabbis. Father Joseph and the other grown-up men sat and listened intently. The rabbis answered questions and carefully explained the truths about the law that was given to Moses on the mountain. There were many laws and there were important lessons from history, and the fathers wanted to understand everything about all this as thoroughly as possible to be able to teach their sons well there at the temple on the road back at home. It's not always easy to hear and understand God's messages to us, the scribes may have said. We know he wants us human beings to be obedient to him. We know he has chosen us as his special nation to tell the world about him. But it's difficult to believe this when we see how often our people have been disobedient and how our nation has sometimes been chased from this land God has given us to live in. If only the Messiah will come, God's Messiah, the promised one. What will the Messiah be like when he comes, O Rabbi? Some of the men could have asked. Will he be a soldier? A leader? Could we have missed him already? Could he not have been one of the wonderful generals that helped our nation against the enemies before? Oh, yes. Jesus enjoyed listening to the rabbis so much. He got his chance to ask a lot of questions too, when most of the grown-ups had left. As a matter of fact, he was in trouble for it, because he stayed behind when his family started back for Nazareth. He stayed right there with the wise old scribes, and every day he went back to the temple and asked all the questions he could think of. His mother and father only got back to him 2 days later, very worried. But how the scribes enjoyed him. What an intelligent child you have here. And he knows the scriptures so thoroughly already. You are really teaching him well. Good. How people need to teach their children about God and his laws. He must be just about ready to do his examinations, isn't he? That was right. Jesus was preparing for his special task. The task God had sent him to do. Because not many years later, Jesus would prove to be the Messiah, the promised one, the Son of God.
1, 2, 3, 4. Jij laat mij hart zingen. Jij laat alles zingen. Maar ik wil het niet. Alle ding. Jij laat mij hart zingen. Ik wil jou bij mij. Alle ding. Ik is lief voor jou. Alle ding. Jij laat mij hart zingen. Jij laat alles zingen. Maar ik wil het niet. Kom van de weg, zit. Zet, have you found the end yet?
I guess you two my friends again.
Yeah, I mean, and we decided that it's better to have 2 voices. You know, 2 voices are always better than 1. 2 hearts, and 2 noses, and 4 arms, and 4 eyes. But Anne, help us look for the end, please. We found it, Zet.
Don't forget to write to us.
Oh, no, man. Zet, you've got us in another fix now.